Yeah, thanks for being here. Yeah, it was a really intense last few days for our team. In the last 7 days, we had played 5 matches, which is a pretty heavy load for any team to take on. And I was really just continuing to ask them to give us everything they had. And I think they emptied the tank there at NAU on Friday at I don't know what time it was when that thing finished, but it was a 2.5-hour marathon match. And to finish 16-14, I believe, was the final score. And Elena ace to finish it was just a great way to cap off a great series with NAU. I hope to keep continuing to do that series. They're a great team, and they're going to continue to do great things in the Big Sky. And we know that they prep us well for the Mountain West Conference play. So we're excited to get back to work. We know that we have a big task ahead of us with Utah State and Boise State this week. Yeah, so far it's been a great week for us. We're getting people health back to where we want it to be, starting conference, getting on the road tomorrow morning to head out there.
Coach, there's always had coaches kind of break it down. Okay, this is a season, conference is a season. Did this season prepare you for getting into elite play?
Great question. Absolutely. When we looked at the schedule of what we were putting together and how things were coming together late last year was, hey, what teams can we play and where can we go to give us the best rehearsals heading into conference play? And so going into other people's gyms and playing 5-set matches and coming out on top. And yes, we have lost another. We did lose a 5-set match to South Dakota earlier in the year, but at the end of the day, we've won some really tough matches in opponents' gyms, and we knew that was going to be something we had to develop that skill. We had to develop that grit. We had to develop that resiliency heading into conference play, where every night is an absolute war. Boise State's as good as they've ever been. Utah State's playing as well as they've ever played, and it's an exciting. I think for me going into this year, it's as exciting as it's ever been with the level of play of the Mountain West Conference.
Coach, do you think those recent hard-fought matches directly prepares you for this next step into conference play? I mean, do you think those matches may be well-timed?
Absolutely. While I love winning in 3, don't get me wrong. You know, it's winning in 5 is all the same to me. But you absolutely have to have that grit. You are going to play. In yesterday's training session, we spent a lot of time playing mini sets from 19-19, from 20 to 20. Who gets to 25 first, and how do you get there? Do you get there on opponent errors? Do you get that on your kills? Do you get that on great defensive stops? And so we're training for that because we know that's what's coming. So to be able to go out and do that at NAU, at UC San Diego, at UTEP was just great reps for us.
Yeah. What's the strength of your team right now?
I just think the fight. I think that the reality is we're not the tallest team, and we don't. That's not where we hang our hats. We hang our hats on the fact that we want to play really good volleyball over a long period of time, and so we call that good overtime. And we're constantly talking about that. Hey, what else can we do to be better over time? Hit more serves in, get more digs, play those really long rallies a little bit cleaner than our opponents. So how do we do that? It's training, and then it's going out and doing it in matches. And so we're seeing some returns on that as of late.
Yeah. How have you guys been able to do so well, you think, these past couple of years? And pre-conference was, 9-2 last year, 9-1 this year. How have you guys been able to do so well?
Yeah, I think as the team has returned several starting players this year. Last year we had two or three starting players. This year we now have 6 starting players. I think that depth it adds a ton. And I got, the schedule. We schedule tougher this year than we did last year. And I think at the end of the day, we found ways to scratch and claw and adapt and adjust in matches that I think a younger team in those 5th sets might not have had the outcomes that we've had. But I think having a veteran team, having a team that has some deep runs, last season with some good teams, I think it's given us that edge. I think it's given us that slight advantage late in sets where we can call a timeout and we can make an adjustment, and the athletes can absolutely go out and execute that adjustment. And so I think that's a big piece of it. It's just returning that depth.
Coach, in that video of you celebrating in the locker room, you looked like you were pretty hyped. So just how fun is this team, and just how tight-knit are they together, and how much does that, just make it that much enjoyable when you're
Yeah, I've been told that I need to work on my dance moves. So outside of that, it is fun. We winning is hard, and they pour their heart and soul into every single thing that we do. And that doesn't mean we're perfect. That doesn't mean that hey, tough days are ahead of us. That doesn't mean that's not going to happen. And I tell them, hey, we're going to celebrate wins as we do. And because it is very hard to win in our league. It's very hard to win anytime in Division I sports and athletics. And so. They're a fun team to be around. They're a goofy team. They're a silly team at times, and I think when it comes to game time, they're an aggressive team. They're a bold team. They're a courageous team, and that's what I love most about them.